welcome to part 2 of the Persian game. At the end of the last video, I just began to research philosophy, and now we're going to find out if I actually get there first. Now, I actually recorded the commentary for the last video before starting to record video for this next part, so at the time I didn't actually know what the result would be. So, there I switched up the luxuries a little bit. I don't remember exactly why I did that. It seems to have been just so I can get a couple of cities to celebrate. Since I have a handful at size 3, I don't want to do size 4. So, you know, doing the exploration thing. Nothing spectacular here. Okay, so there I built the city of Sardis, and for this video I added in the sound effect of the city getting built. I actually have to put in all the effects by hand, because I don't record sound when I play the game. It wouldn't show up anyway or it would show up really fast, or not at all depending on the software you use, if I'd recorded sound while actually playing the game. But I don't do that, because first of all I don't want all the sound effects, like hearing the swishing noise of, oh, well, there I got to philosophy first. And I get trade, with which I can start making caravans, and I began banking because it's a tech that is less likely for someone else to have, so it's better for trade. And there I meet the Russians, give them philosophy, and give them Republic for an alliance. And get their maps, and they give me ironworking as a gift. So, all in all, a pretty nice exchange there. Yeah, so, you know, as I was saying, any of the sound effects that I put in after the fact when I'm going and making the video. I record the game with gameplay without sound, because it would take up longer, and you know, if it makes the file much bigger, and if you record for too long, then my software decides to just throw away the whole thing. And I guess it's like 2 gigabytes that you can get up to. So, you know, you play the game, and you just sort of forget how long you've been playing for. And, yeah, so, anyway. So, I just added in the city building sound effect because I thought of it. But I'd already finished up the first video, so I didn't bother to go and put them in. So there's Samaria. And yep, switching production to caravans, because they're going to be really important. Ah, yes, and there's Darius Kabir. Okay, at this point I decided that I wanted to get gold so that I could get an advanced tribe, which is nice. But anyway, I switched to taxes so I could get gold to rush caravans in order to get Marco Polo's embassy. And, you know, also having a little bit of a treasury is kind of nice. Yeah. So I made food supplies there because I was basically earmarking the caravan for wonder building. You know, strictly speaking, you shouldn't do that because, you know, plans can change and all that, and you get the commodity back, but, you know, still. So rush the caravan in that city, so that you get everything finished up. And there for Marco Polo's embassy, there's banking, you can seafaring. Yeah, so you can kind of see a little bit with the outlying cities that the location of my capital is kind of inconvenient, since I can really only expand away from it in one direction. So that means that you reach the threshold sooner as to how far your cities can go out before they fall into disorder. At least that my current luxury rate. This won't be a problem when I eventually get to democracy, because there's no corruption there. And I mean, you can always fix this by just, for the problem of the outlying cities, by increasing the luxury rate. But then, well, here I'm starting up the wonder. But if you increase the luxury rate, then you have a whole bunch of cities that are producing luxuries for no reason, because they don't really need them. And so there I have Marco Polo's embassy. And begin caravans for the purpose of sending them away to foreign civilizations. So, here's the obligatory go and look through all of the intelligence reports in order to come up with a plan for talking to them. I explained that more in my video on the One City Challenge, so I won't completely rehash it. But what I'm doing right here is I'm spending my treasury down to below 50 gold. Because that way, the people who are more hostile towards me will not demand gold when I come in contact with them, but instead will demand technology, which is free to give away. So it's always good practice when you get Marco Polo's embassy to spend your treasury down. Also, if you ever want to end a war with someone, you spend your treasury down before talking to them, and then they might demand your technology instead. So what I'm doing here is I'm looking to see if there are parts of a row to buy up, or to rush to the end of the row on, because it's cheaper to do that than to rush an entire row. So, you know, going and getting the maps. Next in English, do pretty well the same thing, do whatever I have to do in order to get maps. So, you know, let's say a whole look around thing, see exactly what everyone has in terms of cities. You know, same thing with the Zulus. I guess technically I could have edited out some of the let's look at the intelligence reports all the time, but I didn't think of it there, so... Nice stuff. So once again I get the maps. You can see all the large Egyptian cities. So the Arabian astronomy and all that. Now as it turns out, I was really unlucky with geography in this game, because the civilizations nearest to me are on the same continent that I am. So I don't have a really close trading partner. Or at least they're not very good, because there's a 50% cut in payment if you deliver to a city on the same continent as the city where the caravan originated from. So, yeah, more wonders beginning and all that. A little bit of fighting. And I see I put my science rate up again. Didn't really need that elephant, so I disbanded it to increase the speed at which the settler was produced. Yeah. So, this caravan I'm producing right here from Tyre will actually go towards the English, because it's on a separate continent. At least, by the way, Civ 2 defines continents. I guess landmass is a more accurate term, but... There you are. So the Russians built King Richard's Crusade. Oh yeah, so there I get medicine. That stupid error just shows up every once in a while if you're playing on virtual PC. I don't know what it does. So then the Egyptians just made great. No, not the Egyptians. The Vikings, I believe, built a great library. So you know, good astronomy, begin university, standard stuff. Egyptians build Copernicus's observatory there. And there, a whole bunch of people get navigation. And the Vikings begin it, and are almost finished building it already. Which is unfortunate. Magellan's is quite nice to have. And you usually have a reasonable shot at getting it. Obviously I didn't this time, but yeah, sometimes you do, so. At this level, stuff isn't all that predictable. At least not until you get into the really late game. Terrain to pay, or something. I don't know how you would pronounce it. So, one of my ships has already gone through Zohak, and 2 more will follow. They're all laden with caravans. And other caravans are also traveling south to be closer for being picked up. Yeah, so the Vikings completed Magellan's. And so we get the navigation from the Russians. And I believe I also got engineering there. Okay, so I raised taxes again. What I'm going to start doing now is setting up for a pretty large We Love the Console Day celebration, which will let my cities grow larger very quickly. So, you know, you set up by building harbors, so I finished rushing caravans so that I could get the harbors. And this will be really useful, because larger cities means larger payouts for caravan deliveries, since they have more trade. Now, the deliveries are going to be sufficiently far away that might not matter, but larger cities are always good. So, that's just about it for this video.